I had this crazy idea. The song is called "Bob on a House Fire," and I literally thought, like, what if we just burn a house down and I shoot content in front of it, and it literally, again, another just crazy thing.
Whose house was it? Hey, Real Country crew, welcome back to the Real Country Corner. I'm here with my next guest today, newly appointed King of the Road. See what I did there?
How about that?
Adam Sanders, how are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you today?
You know what? Blessed, underdressed, and easily impressed, as they would say.
I love that. I
came up with that yesterday, and I've said it too many times already. So I'm going to have to come up with another shtick.
I'm going to steal it.
Go for it. And then the next time it goes viral, you can credit me or whatever.
I might put that in my Instagram bio or something.
I'm going to put it on my tombstone. I'm going to one-up you on that. So it's rare when I have a winner in my midst, but you might recognize him as a winner most recently of the first series of The Road. Talk to me a little bit about that experience. I know everybody asked you that, but I haven't met you before, so I'd love to hear it.
Well, what a whirlwind. First off, I never in a million years had being a part of a singing competition on my bingo card.
Yeah.
I just always thought that I would catch my break through sort of the backdoor approach from writing songs or just continuing to play shows and building your audience.
Yeah.
But I can honestly tell you that when this show was presented to me, for whatever reason, it just felt right in my spirit to go do it.
Yeah.
And obviously it worked out. I had no idea that I was going to win the show. I just knew that I should do this.
Sure.
And it obviously worked out for me to win the show. A great experience, top to bottom, working with Blake and Keith and Gretchen and all of the CBS crew and Paramount. And so honestly, it couldn't have been a better experience for me.
I won't tell anyone the answer to this question, but Gretchen, Blake, or Keith, who would you least want to not impress or disappoint, we'll say?
Probably Gretchen.
Gretchen? Is she a hard one?
Could kick your ass, for sure.
She's a redneck woman. We know how that goes. We can get rowdy. That's good. Good answer. But they'll never know. And also, I saw you just got engaged.
Yes. How about that?
Congrats.
I'm on a roll. I come out of 2025, won the road, got engaged. We got new music coming out, playing Stagecoach. It's like, God, what did I do to deserve all this?
Look
this
at
awesome.
what you're giving. I know. He felt confident after winning. You were like, you know what? We're getting married.
Yes.
When are you guys getting married?
We have no idea yet.
Okay.
I do know that it'll probably be sometime summer, fall of next year. We don't really have any set dates. We got engaged in January of this past year, so we held off a little bit before we said anything.
Sure.
And told anyone. We did it out in Denver with her family, which is where she's from, and just a great experience there also. Nice. And it couldn't have went better.
I love those Colorado girls.
Yeah,
I like Colorado. I'm not from there, but I wish I was.
Where are you from?
Indiana.
Okay.
Where are you from?
I'm originally from North Central Florida.
North Central Florida.
A little town called Lake City.
Okay.
You blink, you miss it.
Wrong.
Lake City is kind of like in the north central part. It's like redneck capital of the world.
Gotcha.
You blink, you miss it. When you get past Ocala, you start getting into South Florida, where you think of Florida is.
Sure.
North Florida is basically Georgia.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So this year you have new music coming out, yeah? Can you tell us a little bit about whatever you're able to tell?
Yeah, absolutely. So we started releasing some music last year before The Road aired.
Okay.
And that music is the start of a new project that we're working on, a full-length album.
Yeah.
Our next release is a song called His to Mine that's actually going to be featured on the Yellowstone spinoff show Marshals.
Oh, with Luke Grimes.
Yes.
Nice.
So it's going to be on there April the 12th. The song's going to come out April 10th, a couple days before.
Nice.
And honestly, I've been saving this song for a long time. I feel like this song has massive potential.
Yeah.
It literally, to me, from day one, felt like a Brooks and Dunn throwback of She Used to Be Mine.
Yeah.
Or
so early B&D.
Yes, all that kind of stuff. It's got a very ballad, late 90s kind of feel to it. And so I'm really excited about this song. And we'll have some more songs coming out after that, but this is kind of the next one in the chamber.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. Did you meet Taylor Sheridan?
I did.
You did?
I did.
Oh my God.
A couple times.
Nice. I wonder if he does he personally choose and vet all the music that goes into his?
I don't know that. I think he has a pretty big heavy influence on certain things. But what an intense guy. I'll tell you that. I've sort of said, I don't know if he's as intense as he is because of the success he's had, or if he's as intense as he is or he has this success because of his intensity.
There you go.
Like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? I just know the guy is on it. Like, he literally treats everything as a business. He was super cool, though. I think it was the second show in. We were in Fort Worth. He come backstage and hung out with us for 20 minutes and just literally just sat down with all the the contestants and talked for and just kind of like mentored us on things. And so
he's super humble, super open, talks to whoever, just like a down to earth guy.
Yes, but very this is your moment. Make sure that you chase this. Like, he was very business minded, which is
business
awesome.
First, party later.
Yep.
I feel like the answer is the latter that you said, because he has to have that intensity to come from, like, what is he was like living in a car and then have this now like an empire on Paramount.
Pretty wild.
Yeah. I saw your finale performance was a Brooks and Dunn, or one of them was a Brooks and Dunn's. Are they your favorite, or?
No, like, obviously, like, 90s country has always been the roots of my music, for
That's
sure.
your home in 90s country.
Yes. Alan Jackson was actually like my childhood idol, though. Like, he was like the guy.
Yeah.
It just kind of worked out to where when we were picking our songs for the show, I picked the finale first, which is backwards.
So you're foreshadowing that you were going to make it.
Okay, if I make it to the finale, I need a moment to win the show.
Yeah.
And I just felt like that song showcased my voice really well. And also, the Ryman is a seated audience show. So it's less intense.
True.
So I felt like it needed to be more of a ballad. It had big, long notes. And so, like, the first show in, Gretchen Wilson comes up to me and she says, "Hey, I think you should do a Brooks and Dunn song." And I'm like, "Well, I'm saving that for the finale." And she said, "How do you know you're going to make it to the finale?" And I was like, "I don't, but I know that if I do, I need a moment to win the show." And she was just like, "Okay."
She said, "He's confident."
And it just worked out. It was crazy.
I love that. That's such a good observation about the Ryman and the environment that you actually are in, and that you chose kind of based on that. That shows a lot of like prowess and experience and like wherewithal of your audience and stuff. That's awesome.
Yeah, I really honestly believe that, I was ready for that moment to go do the show from all of my experience from touring and song selections and just kind of just understanding what it was going to take to win this competition.
Sure.
I had to do some things to win the show that I typically would not have done in a real life scenario.
Okay.
But given the scenario, I was like, here's my best chance to win it, which was crowd participation as much as possible, and pulling them into what I'm doing instead of sort of like, hey, look at me and how great I am. I wanted to empower them because they're the ones with the voting device.
Yeah, true.
And so, and I also felt like because we were only playing a couple songs, we had a very short window to capture their attention.
Yeah.
So it had to be for me.
Attention spans these days.
I had to literally walk out and yell and scream like, "Hey, all right, we're here. This is what we're gonna do." Sort of thing. Yes, exactly. So it was honestly, like I said, it was just it was a 100% God thing.
Yeah.
Visualized it, trusted my experience, and it all worked out.
Good for you, and it all worked out. Well, how long have you been in Nashville for?
I moved in 2009.
2009.
Yep. So music was A1 from day one.
Yep.
I knew that I literally wanted to sing since I was 2 or 3 years old. The fate of how I got my start in the music industry, though, was I have an uncle that is a session musician here in town.
Okay.
So he's a steel guitar player.
Nice.
He plays on all the albums, everything from Cody Johnson to Sam Hunt to George Jones. He's played on everything.
Wow.
When I was 12 years old, he called and said, "Hey, have you ever thought about writing songs?" And I was like, "No."
Wait, you were 12?
12 years old.
That's a heavy thing to ask a 12-year-old.
And I said, "No." He said, "Well, you should look into writing songs." He said, "That could be your way into the music industry one day because I know that you want to move."
Yeah.
So I hung up the phone, started writing, realized I enjoyed the process of it. Moved to Nashville, worked in construction for 2 years, got a publishing deal, and then started having songs recorded, and it's all because he planted the seed when I was 12.
Wow.
And that's how I got my start.
Serendipitous moment.
Yep.
Yeah. Does winning the competition, because you've been around like writing for a long time, did it feel like, you know what, finally I'm like getting my shot, or did it feel like this is it. Like, this is where I'm starting.
It honestly, yeah, it felt like this was the true starting gate to my artist career.
Gotcha.
I feel like, I've had more success as a songwriter from having #1 songs that I've written versus my artist career, but I moved to be an artist.
Sure.
Songwriting was just a way for me to sort of like make that dream come true. And so even though I had accomplished some really great things with, 200 million streams as an independent artist and literally opening for the biggest acts in our format, I felt like I had to go and sort of prove that I was more than just the songwriter. And I knew that I could do that through this show. And so now it feels like sort of the lens has changed and people are seeing me more as an artist, which is what I've always wanted.
Nice.
And I'm just really excited for the future and being able to still do both, but instead of being known as a songwriter that also releases music, the artist that also writes songs for other people.
There you go. Yeah, love it. Well, you're absolutely crushing it. Congrats.
Thank you.
I've always wondered this about, I guess, like reality TV. Did they film and you knew the result before it aired publicly?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Yeah. So we
How
shot
was that,
everything.
keeping it a secret?
The hardest secret of my life. We shot everything February, March, and April.
Okay.
And we ended, at the Ryman. I knew the results from that night, but we were the only ones that knew. So no audience knew or any of that, And so I literally, I had friends asking me left and right, and I literally was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I literally had to, I almost had to shut my phone off for 7-8 months just so I didn't have to answer, questions. But yeah, it was very difficult.
It was that long?
Yeah. Well, because we ended it in April, and then it aired October 21st.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So when do you get to reap the rewards then, I guess, this year? Because you have your Stagecoach spot this year, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing is you can't really plan and build anything because you're the only one that knows.
You technically don't have it yet.
Yeah, you can't say, hey, I won this show until the finale happens, which was literally a week or two before Christmas.
Yeah.
So January 1 of this year is kind of truly when everything started. Now we've got the Stagecoach thing, coming in April and really excited about that. We got some other shows that we've booked and, going to build upon in the fall, in the summer and continue to release music. But we're just now kind of playing catch up with some things because like I said, we've been setting on this news for a while, but we couldn't really do anything with it.
That shows crazy discipline. I would have gone out there and just maybe made a little oopsie and been like, oh,
well, that's why you sign NDAs.
Oh, shoot, yeah. Because then if you did, it would be a bad thing.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Alan Jackson song?
Oh, my gosh. All of them.
All of them? That's a good answer.
I mean, when it comes to favorite songs, it all depends on my mood for the day.
Yeah.
If I'm in a happy mood, I might want to listen to Chattahoochee. If I'm in a sad mood, I might want to listen to Gone Crazy. I want to, cry.
Yeah.
So, it just honestly all depends.
Good answer. I know. It's hard to choose one for any artist out there. I like Right on the Money, though. I feel people, it's kind of like one of his hidden gems.
Yep.
He's got that little pop in there. It's just
got
such
a
catchy.
little twinkly little piano thing
a little
going
twinkle
on.
dinkle he's got in there. I saw recently, too, on your Instagram that you just shot a music video for one of your recent songs. Is it Bible in a House Fire?
Yeah.
Where you literally set the house on fire.
Yes. I had this crazy idea, the song is called Bible in a House Fire. And I literally thought, what if we just burn a house down and I shoot content in front of it. And it literally, again, another just crazy thing.
Whose house was it?
This was an old condemned house.
Okay.
That the fire department of Cross Plains, Tennessee was getting ready to do some training out of. So they were already getting ready to set this house on fire, and I was like, hey, while you're doing your training, can I just shoot my music video? And I was like, sure, no problem. But they said, hey, once, we'll do our controlled burns inside the house, but once it starts, we can't stop it.
Oh, boy.
So you literally, however long it takes for the house to burn down is all you have shoot time. So we had to be on our P's and Q's as far as being able to be fast. And then you got to think, okay, this house is a 2-story house. It's blazing hot. We had to stop because it was so hot.
Yeah.
It was burning the back of my arms.
Oh my God.
So it was a hectic hour of all this going on, but we literally, from the very beginning, lit a house on fire and burned it all the way to the ground.
And it only takes an hour to burn a two-story house down.
Pretty much.
That's terrifying.
Yep.
Also, that's good, plan B. If anything happened, at least your fire department was there.
I had to make sure I did not wear any hairspray in my hair.
I know so many interesting things that could have arisen from that, but I guess you only had an hour.
Yeah.
Not too many things could have gone wrong. Well, that's cool. I really like that one. So now I know that it was literally, you actually burned a house down.
For sure.
Hell
No AI.
No AI. Oh, no AI. Yeah, it was real.
It was the real deal.
I don't even think about that anymore. Like when you said that, it took me a second. I guess I'm old enough where it just isn't second nature yet,
Well, these days, you never know.
You never know.
Every video I see is like, is this real or is this AI?
This could be not real, y'all.
Yeah.
Like when I post it could be not real.
Yeah, I'm a hologram.
He's a hologram.
So.
I superimposed him from somewhere way, and then me. I can't AI me because nothing will do anything that bad. But all right, so we're gonna do a little fun thing.
Okay.
I call this bit the last call confessions because we're kind of at a bar. I don't know, whatever. But I have some questions in the little cup there. If you just want to pull one and give me your honest answer, then
all right,
we'll see what happens.
I don't
even remember what I wrote there.
I'm
so
gonna dig deep because okay.
And hopefully you can read my writing too. I can't read my writing.
Biggest ick or red flag in a guy or a girl? Oh man. Someone that cannot pick up on social cues.
There we go.
That can't read the room.
Yeah.
That to me is like when everyone else knows but them. That's an ick for me.
They're just kind of oblivious to what's going on, how they're being perceived.
Yes.
I like that. That's a good answer.
What's yours?
I feel it. There's quite a few.
Where do we start?
Where do we start? Honest. They got to be honest. So dishonest is probably a huge one. Untrustworthy. I was thinking about this the other day too because I have 2 dogs and they're big dogs. And I think it's hilarious when a guy tells me, I'm like, you like animals? Do you have dogs? And he's like, yeah, I got dogs. And then I see pictures and they're like little schnauzer shit. Like that ain't a dog. That's a squirrel. That's a red flag to me.
That's awesome.
You guys, thanks for tuning in to The Real Country Corner. This is Adam Sanders. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
And have a good CRS.
Same to you.
Thanks.